Sooner or later, every single one of us who writes Python hits this exact problem. You've got a list, and you need it in order. Sounds simple, right? But then you're at a fork in the road. Do you use sort or sorted? They sound almost identical, but choosing the wrong one can permanently change your data. So let's settle this sorting showdown once and for all.
Just imagine, you pull a bunch of data from somewhere. Maybe it's a list of high scores, user IDs, whatever. And of course, it's a total mess. Your job is to bring order to that chaos. In Python, you've got two main tools for this, and knowing which one to grab is absolutely key.
All right, let's get our hands dirty with a super simple list of numbers. From this point, our journey splits. We can take two different paths to get this list sorted. They both get to the same destination, a sorted list, but how they get there is completely different. Let's start with path number 1.
Our first path is what I call the permanent change. This is the path where we use the sort method. And that word method is a big clue. It means this is an action that belongs to the list itself, and believe me, its effects are built to last. So the key phrase you'll hear is that sort works in place. What does that actually mean? Well, it means it doesn't bother creating a new, sorted copy for you. Nope, it gets right in there and rearranges the original list itself. It's a permanent modification.
So how do you use it? It couldn't be easier. You just take your list, in our case, numbers, and you call the method right on it, with a dot. See that? Numbers.sort. You're basically telling the list, hey, sort yourself. And when we check our numbers list again, boom, it's perfectly sorted. But here's the kicker, the really critical part. This is not a new list. The original numbers variable, the one we started with, has been changed forever.
And this is the thing you have to remember about this first path. Once you use sort, there's no undo button. That original jumbled order you started with, it's gone for good. Now, this can be super efficient, but it's a big commitment.
All right, now for our second path. I like to call this one the perfect copy. The tool we'll use here is the sorted function. And you heard me right, I said function, not method. That little difference is everything.
You see, unlike its sibling, the sorted function doesn't touch your original list. Not at all. Instead, it kind of peeks at your list, figures out the correct order, and then hands you a brand new, sparkling clean, perfectly sorted list. Your original data is left completely safe and sound.
Let's grab a new list for this one, a list of scores. Now to use the sorted function, you pass the list into it like an argument. And because sorted gives you back a brand new list, you need a place to store it. So we'll catch that new list in a new variable, which we'll call new scores.
And if we print our new scores variable, well, no surprise here, we get exactly what we wanted, a beautifully sorted list of scores, from lowest to highest. It worked like a charm. But what about our original scores list? And this right here is the magic of path number 2. When we go back and print the original scores list, look at that. It's exactly as it was when we started, completely untouched. This shows the difference perfectly. Sorted gives you a safe copy to work with.
So, if the big takeaway for sort dot was permanence, the takeaway for sorted is all about safety and preservation. You get the sorted list you need without any risk to your original data. Okay, we've walked both paths, we've seen them in action, now it's time for the main event, the showdown. Let's put sort and sorted side by side and make the differences totally crystal clear. All right, let's break this down. On the left, we've got the sort method. It lives on the list itself. It modifies that list in place, and this is a big one that trips people up, it returns none, so you can't assign the result to a new variable. And of course, the original is lost. On the right, we have the sorted function. It's a general-purpose built-in tool. It creates and returns a brand new sorted list, leaving your original data completely preserved.
So we get what they do, but that's only half the battle, isn't it? The real power comes from knowing when to use each one. How do you master this choice in your own code?
But first, a quick power-up. What if you want to sort from highest to lowest? Well, the good news is both of our tools have you covered. You can just pass in the argument reverse equals true inside the parentheses, and they'll both happily sort in descending order. A super handy trick to have in your back pocket.
So, which path should you choose? Here's the rule of thumb. You should reach for sort when you want to permanently change your list and you are 100% certain you are done with the original order. Maybe you're trying to save memory. For almost everything else, sorted is your best friend. It's the safer, more predictable, and frankly more common choice, especially when you might need that original data later on. And there you have it, the two paths to creating order from chaos in Python.
One is the permanent modifier, efficient but destructive. The other is the safe copy, flexible and predictable. Now that you've totally mastered this essential skill, the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?